What's up, Beyond the Game? Welcome to the very first episode of our Beyond the Game Wildcat Weekly.
Let's go.
You know me as KJ, and I got my man.
It's your boy Ralph. We talking about UK, so let's get it.
So this show is specifically for the Big Blue Nation. So you know we stretch from coast to coast, country to country. We all over the place, and this is just gonna be called the UK Wildcat Weekly. So here we go.
Let's talk that talk.
So, as usual, we lost 40 players to the pros, whether it be the NBA or the G League or wherever they went to play.
We have one player left from last year's team.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call him a player, but
He's not even
anyways,
playing.
just like always, Coach Cal reloaded with the #1 recruiting class.
For sure.
As you see here, we got BJ Boston, we got Terrence Clark, we got a new point guard, Devin Askew, we got Isaiah Jackson. We got a couple dudes down low, Lance Ware. We got Cam Fletcher. We got some transfers. We got Obi Toppin's little brother Jacob. You know he can jump out the gym. We got Davion Mintz. He's supposed to be a shooter.
Supposed to be.
And then the prize of all prizes was supposed to be the big man, Olivier Sarr. He was going to help us make it to the Final Four this year. That's what everybody thought.
Still got a chance.
His transfer and his eligibility was going to push us over the top. Take us from a team that was going to be in the middle of the pack to up here at the top. But, you know, you see all that. But so far, we're 1-3 on the season.
That's all we get.
So, I knew we were going to be in trouble when I saw Coach Cal run out on the court against Kansas. And when I saw him run out on the court and try to coach the players like he was in a practice, I knew we were in trouble.
Timeout is called. Look at Sean Calipari out on the court, getting in the key.
he's trying to show him how to post. He couldn't post at Clarion State. He was Cupcake City.
So we had a win against Morehead State. We lost to Richmond, which I was fine with the Richmond loss because they got a lot of veterans on the team. They were picked to win their conference last year. Everybody predicted them to make a run in the NCAA tournament last year, which didn't happen because of COVID. But I mean, they're a good team. Then we lost to Kansas, and then we lost to Georgia Tech. 0-2 Georgia Tech.
Blown out by Georgia Tech.
Yes, they just blew us. They just blew us out. So I'm gonna let you run some of these numbers and talk about the statistics for this team so far. It just give us a picture of kind of what it looks like.
First thing we're going to talk about, the main thing we're going to talk about is turnovers. Was just doing the math. We have 72 turnovers in the first 4 games of this season. Absolutely ridiculous. The assist to turnover ratio in these past 4 games has been utterly ridiculous, but I think that comes down to 2 main things, and that's effort and that's heart. This team's not giving us effort. This team's not giving us heart. This team is playing well, are decent in the first half of games, but when it comes to college basketball, this is not high school anymore. Your talent is not going to get you over the top, and I feel like in the second half, we're still dependent on talent and not put forth the effort it takes to beat some of these teams that have been together for 4 years, 3 years, and we have to do better, bro. We have to do better.
Coach Cal always says, when you come here to play, you got to play for the team. You can't play for yourself.
Absolutely.
And I haven't seen that so far.
Not at all.
I've seen Terrence Clark and BJ Boston just jacking up a bunch of contested shots. It's been real ugly. So, it's at 298, 299 Division I basketball teams. Right now, the Cats are ranked number 223 out of 298 or 299 with 11.8 assists per game. So the turnovers that you mentioned, there's only 29 teams in the entire Division I college basketball area that average more turnovers than the Cats. Niagara's one of them.
Laughable.
There you go. And we are also ranked number 261 out of 299 in 3-point field goal percentage at 25.8%.
This is not Kentucky.
So we never have a lot of shooters on the team, but we got to do better than 25.8%.
Absolutely.
We can't be 25.8 because you can see just like the NBA, the college game's changed. It's all about shooters now.
Absolutely.
and we don't have any.
We don't have any, and I thought that's what Mintz was brought here for. I thought that was part of the reason why Cal went out, kind of recruited him. He transferred in. He was supposed to be our shooter, our knockdown shooter, and right now, he's not that guy. He's not been that guy. I don't think we have someone that we can go to be that guy to knock down a shot when we need a shot, especially a three-point shot. So the struggle is real right now.
So against Richmond, we made 0 threes. We had 5 assists and 21 turnovers. Against Kansas, we had 8 assists and 16 turnovers.
Yes, sir.
I'm not even talking about Georgia Tech. I mean, we had 21 turnovers in that game.
It's ridiculous.
It's really bad, and I think it comes down to point guard play.
And I would say, as far as point guard play, who is our point guard? Who is the guy that's going to be our floor general? Ask you, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name incorrectly. I feel like he can be that guy, but like you were saying earlier, he's really young. He's still learning the game, especially at this level. I feel like he can break down his guy off the dribble, but once he gets past that first guy, it's a matter of what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, and he doesn't know how to make that decision quite yet. Mintz, I thought he would play a little bit better as far as point guard. He has the experience. He's been in college. Maybe just, I don't know if he, as far as maybe has the talent to be that guy as far as the starting point guard, but right now we just don't have that guy, and I'm not for sure who he is.
So, one issue I have with the team is, like I said, BJ Boston and Terrence Clark. I feel like they think that they can do things that are a little outside of their game, but they do it anyways, and when it works, it's fine. But BJ Boston shooting 16%, something like that from 3-point line.
Not gonna help us, man. That type of ball is not gonna
And he
help
continues to shoot step back threes and stuff like that.
I will say who texted me and said he thought we sounded better in the Evansville Browns.
Tough shot.
Yeah.
But a tough shot.
If you're Richmond, you can live with that.
Absolutely, you can.
With that play right there, I mean, like you said, when it goes down, it looks good. But is he doing that on a consistent basis?
Absolutely
not. And that's the issue we have, is that we have that one shot made by him, but where are the other ones, man? Like I said, who can we go to knock down that shot? Who can we go to make that bucket? And I'm not for sure who that guy is. And I don't think Cal knows at this time.
There's no fight on the team. When a team like the Richmond Spiders come into your arena and they dunking and screaming,
absolutely,
you've had a bad day.
A bad day.
Yeah.
In Rough Arena.
It's real bad.
Chris Mooney, Jimmy, has one win over a top 10 program as Richmond coach. Did that 10 years ago against Purdue. He is on another one right here.
KO with the KO. Enough said. He has taken that ball.
I think it's self-explanatory, man. The effort's not there, man. I mean, where was his man at? Who was guarding him? You tell me. I didn't see him.
It's bad defense all around.
Bad defense.
So,
bad
like you mentioned before, point guard play and basically just taking care of the ball and turnovers altogether is something that this team is really, really bad at. And it really showed against Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech had 15 steals, and again, we had 21 turnovers. So we're going to show a little clip, just a few little highlights of what we talked.
Sure is. The two number 5s have been dominant. Let's see what Kentucky does out of that half. A lot of times, Calipari terrific at adjustments. And we've seen Georgia Tech in a zone. They're in a zone again, and then some laziness on the other end. And that's put into time. Jackson is wide open on the baseline. They don't see him, and another turnover. And an easy layup.
Getting you off the bounce, going both directions and around the rim. He still has not fumbled the ball.
Askew left his feet, turnover, right. Wide open three, Georgia Tech.
And they kept it. The ball never hit the rim, did it not?
It didn't, and I think Teddy thought that it didn't hit the rim, and they said that's right, and then they gave him a fresh third.
I mean, that speaks for itself. That's hard to watch. That's 55 seconds of just terrible basketball clips.
And what I'm seeing is that what UK and these players are going to learn with them being freshmen. That's what it's all about, is learning. But you have to want it. You have to want the ball. You have to want to play defense. You have to want to shot. And these teams are not going to lay over and just let UK win because they're UK. And one of the things they need to learn also is that they're playing UK. When these teams play UK, it's one of their biggest games that they might play in their career, or one of their biggest games of the year. They're going to put forth that effort to try to beat UK. When you beat UK, it means something. Not to boast UK like they're the best team out there, but when they play these big top schools, these teams, they want to beat those schools. And UK's effort that they're putting in, I give you about maybe 30% effort, and these teams are putting forth 90 to 100% because they want to do everything they can to try to beat UK.
Yeah, when you go play UK, you get excited. Like if you was going to play Louisville or something like that, you'd be like, we going to play Louisville at the Yum Center. You know, we might get excited for it or something like that. We probably won't. But so that very first clip where Terrence Clark just lets the ball roll and the other dude goes and grabs it, that's effort.
Absolutely.
They're playing scared. They don't have a lot of effort, and the defense is also just terrible.
I mean, even some of the passes that you've seen that lead to turnovers, that's effort. You have to put forth effort to make the pass, make sure it's getting to the person who you want it to get to. You can't just loft the ball and think a team's just going to let the pass just go to the player. They're trying to steal the ball. They're playing basketball out there. Come on, guys, let's step it up just a tad bit.
Normally, you see the players, they know where they want to get on the court. They know who they want to try to look to pass the ball to. These guys just look confused. Terrence Clark and BJ Boston, they don't look confused because they just out there just trying to get a bucket, whatever they can. Double teams or 40 step back jumpers or pull up with 2 men on you, whatever they want to do. They're going to do that. But
that individual isolation basketball is not going to win us games, man. And that's what we're finding out real quickly is that it's a team ball. You know what I'm saying? We have to move this ball, and maybe we might want to change the offense up a little bit. Maybe that might be a key
change the offense up a little bit. You don't like Coach Cal's offense?
I like Coach Cal's offense, but sometimes he might have to tweak a few things. You know what I'm saying? This is a different team. It's a different type of players. Obviously, they're taking his information in differently than some of our past teams have taken his information in as far as the slow start. But, some change has to be made, and it could be the offense may be the
Do you like them still running around weaving and handing the ball off to each other?
I like that offense with Coach Cal when we have a point guard. Right now, we don't have a point guard that's that general that can lead that weave. So,
do you think that Davion Mitch should start instead of Devin Askew?
Yes. I like it, the fact that he's been in college for a while, and he's more decisive when it comes to making plays. Like I said, I feel like Devin, like I said, he can get past the first guy, but once he gets past the first guy, it's should I shoot? Should I pass? What should I do? And right now, we need somebody who can make the decision and not always thinking every time.
I agree with you just off his performance so far, but there had to be something that Coach Cal saw in practice to say,
I like him.
This is my point guard.
I like him. I think he's a great player, but I just think he's a great freshman.
Yeah, he should be a senior in high school right now.
He's a great freshman.
I mean, when you put a kid out there
there's a lot of growing to do
against these guys, I mean, it's gonna be tough. But so one thing I want to touch on. Normally, we see a lot of these live passes that Coach Cal runs. They throwing lobs to the rim all the time. You got guys flying in, dunking a lot. We haven't seen any of that.
I mean, they can't make the simple pass.
Correct.
So, to lob the ball up, I don't know where they're going to throw the ball to. I don't even know if the ball's going to make it up there. So, we got to get the simple pass down first, then we can work on alley-oops and things like that. We don't want to get too fancy. Let's go slow with this one.
Well, so what's the outlook you see for this team?
I'm scared right now. I'm going to tell you, KJ, I'm scared right now. I presented the question to you guys, will UK have more than 10 losses on the season? And right now, I think 10's the number for me. I think UK might have at least 10 losses on this season. It's going to be a lot of growing pains. The game that we lost to Georgia Tech was very bad, but I just feel like it will not be our last loss. We have some tough games coming up.
Oh, we got some real tough games coming up.
Right now, we in trouble, brother. Right now, we in trouble.
Yeah, because we're going to get into this SEC, and we got to play Tennessee twice. Play Florida twice.
Sir.
I don't even want to think about it.
Yes, sir.
We probably would beat Vanderbilt.
You know, we struggle with teams like South Carolina and Georgia.
We'll beat Georgia, South Carolina, Vanderbilt.
We will beat?
Yeah, we'll beat them.
Okay.
We'll beat them.
All righty.
It's everybody else that I'm afraid of. Auburn, you know, Bruce Pearl hates us. So they'll probably beat us by about 40. I mean, it's just a lot going on. I don't think we're gonna lose 10.
What's your number?
Just because I don't want us to lose 10.
I don't either. Trust me. It hurts me to say everything
because
I'm saying.
Every
right now.
Louisville fan, every North Carolina fan, every Duke fan, every fan of every team other than UK that loves to see us lose is gonna have the best 3 months of their life, and I hate it.
They're already talking.
I'm turning my phone off.
I hear your words. I know y'all see us struggling. Every time UK, especially the 20-point loss to Georgia Tech, oh, you think they wasn't on my phone talking? You think they wasn't on my book talking? Oh, they've been talking. They've been talking.
I mean, what do we do? What does Coach Cal do from here?
And you know what? When they talk, I have nothing to say back.
I think that this is going to be Coach Cal's toughest season.
Absolutely.
I mean, we weren't the greatest team last year, but we had Tyrese Maxey, we had Ashton Higgins back, we had a lot of veteran players on the team. Now we have nobody that's returning. Basically, we had Keon Brooks, but he averaged 2 points and 2 rebounds last year. I mean, you couldn't really depend on him to do much of anything. But he's coming back, which isn't really going to matter. It's not going to make us look any better than it
Quick
does
question
now,
for you. You mentioned Ashton Higgins. You mentioned Maxey.
Mm-hmm. Manuel Quickly. We had Nick
Just those
Richards.
3 players alone.
Mm-hmm.
So my question to you is,
Mm-hmm.
has the one and done system hurt UK? We've had one championship. That was 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Cal's been here, 12 years?
Long enough.
So one championship in 12 years. Has that one and done hurt us or helped the Kentucky basketball program?
I mean, hell, it can't hurt. We won a championship, and we've been to the Final Four about 6 times. We got a couple banners. We got a banner hanging up. We got Final Four banners. We got this. We got that. We got all this hoopla about the program. But the two schools that get all the one and done, UK and Duke, have about 2 titles between them in the last since Coach Cal's been in Kentucky. I mean, hey, I'd rather see us get these guys than not. I mean, we could be like North Carolina and get, get a bunch of guys and, Roy Williams could be our coach. So, I mean, it can always be worse. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
I do. And you know what? The funny thing is, I somewhat agree with you. But when we come into seasons like this, where we have a completely different roster and we have no type of veteran leadership, sometimes I wonder that just having the flashy players are the diamonds, the jewelry, is that going to give us success? And what is success to us? For me, as a UK fan, all I've ever known is all we want is championships.
Yeah.
Final Fours are pretty. Being a runner-up is pretty, but we want championships. And I just feel like the one and done process is hurting us and helping us because it gets us there, but is it getting us over the hump? So it's a big question.
I think it's driving Coach Cal crazy.
It is.
He looks like
he's definitely stressing.
45 years.
He's definitely going to stress this year. He's definitely stressing right now.
I mean,
it's a good question, man.
When you get these guys together, it's really hard to get them to play well. I think that he may need to tweak it a little bit, which I think I don't know if he's tweaked it recently or if he just hasn't been able to get the players that he wanted to get, where he'll get some guys that you expect to stay around for 2 or 3 years, and then he'll get the big name recruits to kind of go along with it so that you have that balance. But this team right here is going to take some time. Normally we always start out slow, but they usually find a way to bring it back together.
It's like
this
win and work. Win and work.
This is gonna be a long season.
Absolutely.
I hate to say 10 losses, but I mean, I think 10 losses is probably a pretty good number.
Struggle bus.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, unless he figures something out between now and March, it ain't looking real good.
And we talking bad about UK, but in our hearts, we know that UK and Coach Cal is going to figure out a way to get this thing together.
No, I don't know. I don't know about getting it together this year, bro. Every other year, I have faith that they're gonna figure something out.
If you feel like they'll have less than 10 losses, then there's somewhat they have to figure out.
I don't feel like they're gonna have less than 10 losses. In my heart, I want them to have less than 10 losses. But up here,
it's kind of wishful thinking.
Up here, I feel them going about 19-11, 18-12, something like that.
That's how I feel too.
And about how many games they play SEC? 16?
Something like that.
About 8-8 in the SEC.
Absolutely.
It's looking.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be rough.
Absolutely. We're gonna be okay though, man. BBN, stand up. Don't give up. We here.
Everybody keep wearing your t-shirts.
Yeah,
you know.
Hey, they gonna talk. Let the other teams talk. Let the haters talk. That's what we'll call them, haters. We gonna be alright. We gonna struggle, but we be alright.
Last thing. I want you to go on record right now. Tell me what team is gonna win the national championship. I'll give you mine. You give me yours.
You want me?
Yeah.
To go on record?
Yeah.
And tell you who's gonna win the NCAA college basketball championship?
Yeah, right now.
Is there any other team except Kentucky?
Here you go. I wanted you to pick a real team. I didn't say pick this team. I want you to pick a real team.
I honestly, I can't pick against UK, man. I don't know. Give me a bracket and I'll pick a team. But as of right now, I'm still going with UK. Season's still young. We 1-3. You can't tell me we ain't got a chance. As long as we one of those 64 teams, we got a chance.
I tell you who it's not going to be. It's not going to be North Carolina. But since this is Ralph's first show, I just wanted to get him on record and saying something. I'm not even going to pick anybody because that's not what I do.
Petty.
So, you know.
That's petty.
Ralph, you got anything else you want to say?
Man, I mean, how much can we beat up UK, man? I mean, this is the first UK weekly. Y'all caught us at a bad time of the season. 1-3 start to the season. We just took a 20-point loss to Georgia Tech, so we had to get out a little frustration as far as what's going on. But man, high hopes for me, bro. High hopes for me. I mean, Brandon Boston's gonna get it together. Clark's gonna get it together. Devin or Mintz, either one of them's gonna figure out who's gonna be the point guard. Coach Cal's gonna get in somebody's area and they're gonna step it up and figure it out. But
yeah, this offense that he's running right now ain't it. But we're not gonna keep everything negative. We're gonna take it out on a good note. Okay. I want to see somebody dunk on somebody or something like that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's give him some highlights.
Vince did not play at all last year because of injuries. Was the starter the 2 years prior to that. Follows up the miss on the free throw. He got the offensive rebound, and Brandon Boston Jr. gets the dunk.
You see that, ladies and gentlemen? On they head. So,
let's go.
That's our very first episode of the UK Weekly Wrap-Up.
First episode.
I hope we come to you next time with better results, but we'll see.
It's going to be better.
So for Beyond the Game,
it only gets better from here.
Like I always say, I may not be right, but I'm never wrong.
Absolutely.
Me and Ralph, we signing out. And as Q would always say, what's he say? We want you to treat somebody
how you treat your mama.
And we out.
Peace.